Hey y'all. So I know, long time no see. What I'm gonna say is, y'all know that I live in DC and there have been trials and tribulations in this city since January, and I'm gonna leave it at that. Regardless, I still have some things that made me smile, and I'm gonna talk about those today. Before we get into like physical items, you know, I got some clothes, you know, I got some perfume, you know, I got some books. We have to talk about, watch me do the little reveal. We have to talk about, how do I want to show this? My newest tattoo. I love her so much. This is like a traditional lady head. I went all the way to New York just to get this. My artist moved last year and she's just worth the trip, and she has proven it once again. It's like you see pinups and lady heads and things, but let's be for real, they're like never black. And because I have decided to do this like traditional sleeve, I definitely still wanted it to feel like me. And there was just no way that I was gonna get a white lady face on my arm. Let's just be for real. But yeah, I love her so much. It's giving like 1960s. It's giving like Supremes. It's giving like, hey, wait a minute, Mr. Postman. It's giving all of that. It's giving Little Rock 9. It's giving civil rights. She is so cute and I just love her. It is still pretty fresh, but just healing so nicely. This was done by a different artist, and you know, I'm just doing like a patchwork sleeve. I have an eagle up here. You guys see my tattoos, but I don't know if I show them in depth that often. That is like an ongoing project, and I'ma just be real. When I get a new tattoo, very much depends on the funds. But yeah, I just wanted to show that first because this is honestly my favorite like recent addition. I love my tattoos so much. Like every time I get a new one, I feel just a little bit more like myself. I don't know how to explain it. Like when I first started getting like my bigger tattoos, there was just this moment of like, so this is what I'm supposed to look like, right? Every time I get a new tattoo, I just have a rush of that feeling all over again. It just feels like something that was always supposed to be there. If y'all would like a video about tattoos, now I'm thinking about it, I could definitely do that and just show all of mine in a little bit more detail, my like future plans and all that good stuff. So first favorite is my lady head tattoo. Okay, I want to show this next, and I'm a little bit sad because I don't think y'all are going to see this again until the fall. It's already too hot to wear it, to be honest, but I just had to show it. It is this vintage leather jacket. I know this is like my third, fourth vintage leather jacket, but can you really have too many? This might be my new favorite. What makes this for me is the neck detail. Like in the fall, imagine this like all zipped up to the top, and then the neck buttoned. Like, oh, it's so good. It's so good. The leather is so soft. But yeah, I just had to show this. I love it so much. The collar is just everything. But yeah, this is going in the back of my closet until the fall. Okay, so next I have a hoodie. Y'all know I love a hoodie, but I actually think this is something a little bit different. This is from the line by K, which is like a small brand based in LA. It's definitely more fitted than any of my other hoodies, but I just find it super flattering. I don't know, I want to look a little bit more put together, and this somehow manages to be casual, but like it be making me look snatched. Like it's really just like the little details and like how it's cut and like where it sits on my waist, like how cropped it is. And actually this shade of green is just so great. It works with black, brown, like yeah, this just looks good with everything. I'm always looking for good basics that just have a little something extra, and yeah, this like hits the mark. My new favorite hoodie. Next, let's talk about the top that I'm wearing. So this is the Intimissimi Cashmere, what is it, boat neck little top. I tend to like the UK fashion girls on YouTube a little bit better. As far as like the brands that they like and like their recommendations, I finally was like, okay, let me try these, because I was feeling like I didn't have a ton of tops to layer with, like going from winter into spring. Listen, these are very much worth the hype. And I went back to the mall yesterday and I got 3 more. Super stretchy. The material is so soft. They are the perfect amount of sheer. I've just been layering them over like tank tops, or layering one over the other. I get these in a large, by the way, if you were wondering. I could probably fit the medium, but I like the extra fabric. But yeah, I love these. Just like super versatile and kind of like the perfect spring like layering top. Not mad at these. They're not cheap. I want to say like 60 bucks, but they're always doing like buy 2 get 1 free. One more clothing item. I have a new favorite. I was like into light wash vintage Levi's for years, and I have totally changed like favorite jean styles. This is another thing where it's like I was seeing it so much online and I was like, let me give it a chance. So these are dark wash barrel jeans from Abercrombie. I love these so much. I got them on sale, I want to say for like $50, maybe $60. They're like a heavy denim, no stretch, mid-rise, and they're just so good. I have worn these to work. I've worn these on a date. They go with everything. I appreciate a dark wash jean now more than I used to. Like, it really can like dress something up. Like when I wore these on a date, I wore these and one of these little Intimissimi tops, a white one, and like a little strappy white top underneath. It was so cute. Something about the barrel leg, I feel, is especially flattering if you are like short and thick. These with like a pointed toe heel, because they like taper in at the bottom, I just think it's so cute. Totally happy with these. I am officially a barrel leg girl. So next, I have a bag. So besides my tattoo, this was like my biggest splurge of the last few months, and I don't feel too bad because I've wanted this ever since I saw it the first time, and it is this Paloma Wool bag. I love it so much. I have wanted this ever since I saw it like 2 or 3 years ago. I just could never take the plunge on actually buying it. I'm gonna just be real. $400 is a lot of money to me, y'all. Like, am I out of touch? $400 is a lot of money, and it's like, I gotta be sure I'm gonna love something if I'm gonna spend that much money on it. But finally, I was like, you know what? It's time. It has been totally worth it for me. I've been wearing it so much. Silver hardware. It really is kind of the perfect size. Like, I can fit my big makeup bag in here, my wet wipes, my AirPods, and basically anything else that I would need. But I'm just imagining wearing this like all spring and summer, like just like a tank top and some loose jeans and my Birkenstocks, and then, you know, bangles, silver bangles, and then this. I love it so much. Okay, I think that's all the clothes. So let's get into my like one beauty thing. I've got a perfume. Y'all will not have seen this anywhere else online because I have barely seen anything about it. This is from Parfum Prissana. I hope I'm saying that right, but if I'm not, you know what? Let me not be ignorant.
Dunhuang, China.
Okay, Dunhuang.
Dunhuang, China.
Dunhuang. I think we got it. Dunhuang. From Parfum Prissana. I'm always sampling perfumes, and it is not often that I try something and I'm immediately like, okay, I need that right now. This was one of those. The notes are actually here on the bottle, which I like. Lapsang Souchong. Look, these Chinese words really be having me feeling like Tiffany from Top Model. Like, it's magnetic. Plum, spices, incense, mandarin orange, sandalwood, jasmine tea, amber. This ain't gonna be for everybody. Let me just Let me just put that out there, because this doesn't smell like anything else that I own, and I can't even think of anything to compare it to. I would say you gotta be grown to wear this. Number one, the person that I was with had like an instant reaction to it. Like, he was all up in my neck, like kissing on my neck and putting his nose all in my neck. And I've just never had anyone react to a perfume like that. And I was like, you know what? I'm gonna have to buy a full bottle of that. This is definitely not an everyday scent. I really only wear this at night and when I'm trying to feel sexy. It's been such a good addition to my fragrances. Like, something with some depth and just and I gotta be real with y'all, underneath all of those lovely notes, there's just the tiniest hint of funk. And when I say funk, I mean like this little kind of like animalic note. And honestly, that's what makes it smell so damn sexy. Okay, I got a couple home things. The first one is right over here to my left. I'm gonna insert a picture, but it is my Noguchi lamp. This is the 1N style. This is so lovely. Like, again, because of the price, I was just like wanting it but putting it off, and then finally I just went ahead and bought it. And you know what? As much as I do like my H&M rice paper lamp, there's just like a softness, and I don't know, the quality of the rice paper with the Noguchi lamp is just different. There's something just a little more like special about it. I don't know how to explain it, but it is just really beautiful. I would really love to get one more, maybe a floor lamp at some point, but yeah, love this so much. Next, y'all know that I love like candles and like home fragrance, and so I have to show y'all these. These are incense from Aesop. The scent is Sarashina, and these smell just so good. Let me just get it out the way. These are like $40 incense. I know, but they are so good. The notes are sandalwood, clove, cinnamon. Every time I burn this and someone comes over, and whenever I'm gonna have company, I always try to like light a candle, burn an incense, something. As soon as people come in, they're like, oh my gosh, it smells so good in here. I will repurchase these. These are totally worth it to me. Like, I would rather have this one box of incense that I love instead of having like a whole bunch that are just okay. Love these. Okay, so next we have books. I have kind of like an old favorite, a new one, and then one that I have not started yet but am excited to read. First is Wayward Lives, Beautiful Experiments, Intimate Histories of Riotous Black Girls, Troublesome Women, and Queer Radicals by Saidiya Hartman. I don't want to say I was arguing. I wouldn't call it arguing, but I left a comment on a community post. Someone else disagreed with me. She referenced this book. I looked it up. It had great reviews. I'm interested in the topic. I was like, let me give this a chance. This is fantastic. How would I describe it? Nonfiction in like a narrative format, meaning like the events, the people, the laws, and things that are referenced here are all real, but the author is not presenting them like a history book, right? She is taking like creative liberties and like making it into a story, and it is just so great. I would say this details like Black women's quest for sexual freedom, bodily autonomy, and like post-emancipation America. You know, if I had to put it all in one sentence, all of these things that are, I guess, pathologized when it comes to Black women are kind of turned and seen from more of a radical feminist lens. So free love, common law marriage, queer identities, and single motherhood. Instead of just looking at these things from the lens of like what is wrong with Black women, it's looking at them as kind of pioneers in a way. I found it really refreshing, and it did make me actually question some of my own biases and things. I'm not gonna say it totally changed my mind, but it absolutely like gave me a lot to think about. But yeah, I really love this. Next, in a similar vein, and I wasn't even planning this, but maybe a lot of these themes were on my mind when I picked this up again, but Toni Morrison, Beloved. I've read this multiple times. I'm sure a lot of y'all probably read this in like high school or college. It is just beautiful. Of course, it's Toni Morrison, but it's like every few years when I read this, I'm always just like, I don't know, I take something else from it. The way that Toni Morrison can like portray, like really portray the horrors of slavery while still just like bringing so much like beauty and humanity to her Black characters. I mean, what can I say? And next, I have a book that I've been meaning to read for actual years now, and I finally went to Kramer's and bought it. This is White Teeth by Zadie Smith. I have heard nothing but good things, and this was kind of the book that set off Zadie Smith's career. I am super excited to read this finally, so I know there's no way it's gonna be bad. It's just no way, so I will come back and let y'all know what I think. Now, y'all know I gotta talk about music a little bit. I don't have a ton of new things, but a couple. Shygirl. She's British, you know, electronic dance music. It's cute. I have been listening to her album, Nymph, and she just put out like a little, I don't know, a little EP, a little mixtape, Club Shy 2. They're both good. It's not like super thought-provoking. I'm not gonna, you know, it's dance music. It's fun, but it's like perfect like walking around DC music. I like to just listen to it and just be on the move. Favorite songs from Nymph, Heaven, Nike, and Honey. And then from Club Shy 2, I mean, all the songs are good, but Immaculate with Sweetie. Sweetie should do more music like this. That's what I'm gonna say. It fits her actually. But yeah, Shygirl. I know I've mentioned Bjork before, but we gonna mention her again. This time I'm like going through the albums individually, and so I feel like the most like known Bjork album, the one that most people know, is Homogenic, and that's the one I started with. You know how like you know an album is going to hit from like the first like 10 seconds? That's how Homogenic is. As soon as Hunter comes on and you hear the drums, you just know. It's just fantastic. I can't really pick a favorite song. I always listen to this like straight through. I listen to the whole album, and that's how you should probably listen to it too. So yeah, Bjork, Homogenic. Last, this is random for me, but it is Destiny's Child, Destiny Fulfilled. This album came out in 2004, and I was 11 at the time. You know, so I knew all of the like radio singles, like Lose My Breath, Soldier, Cater to You, and Girl, right? I think we all know those songs, but I had never listened to the album, and I was just kind of too young. Like, I was gonna have to go back and revisit this album in full, and I finally did that. There's some good ass songs on here. Like, the album cuts might actually be my favorites. Like T-Shirt, Is She the Reason, and then If is probably one of Destiny's Child's best songs. Like, just in general, it's such a good song, and their voices, like, this is not an album that I ever could have appreciated like as a preteen. Just like speaking for myself, I was probably like just about to get into my like emo phase actually, so I wasn't like checking for this album the way I was checking for like My Chemical Romance. But yeah, Destiny Fulfilled has been getting a lot of play in my house. The last couple of things I want to mention, one is like an activity that I have really been loving, and that is flower arranging. I have really loved like going to Trader Joe's and like buying like 4 or 5 different flowers and fillers and everything, you know, just figuring out kind of like what looks good together. Having fresh flowers around really does like do something for your mood. But yeah, it's like this little thing that I always look forward to. I would like to start showing those a little bit more. Last thing, this is my favorite tea right now. I have basically stopped drinking coffee. This is the Earl Grayer from the Republic of Tea. I buy this at Whole Foods. I'm sure you can find it online too. It is just like a stronger Earl Grey tea than any of the other ones that I found, and I just think the flavor is really nice. It is a little bit more expensive, but you get 50 tea bags in here, and I love that it comes in like a metal canister so it keeps them fresh. But yeah, love this. I wish I had some cookies or something to show y'all, but I ate everything. I think that's everything, y'all. So I hopefully will be back sooner rather than later. And I hope that y'all like this. If there is anything that you have really been loving, definitely just put it down in the comments. Let me know. Lip gloss, candles, tea, y'all know what I like. And yeah, I will see you guys for the next one. Bye.